When I first watched Amber's testimony last week, I thought there was such a huge difference between how she described Johnny in the beginning of their relationship,
nice, sensitive,
versus how Johnny describes her. Here, just watch and see for yourself.
And what happened next with respect to any relationship with Mr. Depp?
Yeah, 14 years.
And we fell in love. We went on this press tour, you know, whirlwind romance, kind of just in these like beautiful places all over, and kind of stay at home and paint or whatever and wait for him to come home and have dinner ready. And
how do you think your experiences with your parents in your childhood affected your approach to your relationship with Miss Heard?
I'm sorry, one more time.
How did your experiences observing your parents as a child affect your approach to your relationship with Miss Heard?
Well, in the beginning of my relationship with Miss Heard, from what I recall and what I remember, she was it was as if she was too good to be true. She was attentive, she was loving,
and Johnny just all of a sudden, I had never noticed, you know, Johnny have a southern, all of a sudden Johnny had this southern accent and was really like buddies.
And we had many things in common, certain blues music, and for that year or year and a half, it was amazing. There were a couple of things that, I don't know, stuck in my head that I noticed that I thought might be a little bit of a dilemma at some point. And when I would come home from work, she would sit me down on the couch, take my boots off, set them to the side, and...
So notice Amber's response. She's talking about their relationship as if she's still in a relationship with him and as if they're on good terms. However, with Johnny, he kind of ruminates on the answer a little bit. To me, he comes off as more genuine when he's thinking about, you know, the good times that he had with her in the beginning of a relationship. And he doesn't really spend much time, you know, talking about all the good times. It quickly just goes into red flags that he starts seeing about her.
So generous and can be this really... like overly generous almost, you know, like showering you with gifts and compliments and just, I mean, like...
I'd never experienced anything like that in my life. I just never thought I just never experienced that before. And it became a regular thing. And I remember one night I came home from work, and I think she was on the phone or something. And so I sat down on the couch and I took my boots off. Suddenly, Miss Heard approached with this look on her face and she just said, "What did you just do? What did you do?"
Just unreal.
Seems too obvious.
Like, but real, you know, but unbelievably nice, sensitive, kind, warm, generous, interesting, funny man that I loved.
So what do you mean? You took your boots off? I said, yeah, yes, I did. You were busy, you know. No, that's my job. That's what I do. You don't do that. I do that. But I did take pause, of course. The fact that she was visibly shaken or upset that I had broken her rules of routine. I thought that strange. And then once you notice something like that, then you start to notice other little tidbits and things that come out. Year and a half, she had become this another person almost.
Well, he couldn't support it anymore, and he'd get clean and he'd get sober, and then he was this thing again. This thing that made me feel so loved, that made me feel like my soulmate, as cheesy as that sounds, I just felt
Like, name someone that you know that talks about their ex like this, especially an ex if they were abusive to you, especially with the type of abuse that she describes later on. I don't know, maybe it's just me and my limited experience, but I've never met anyone that talks about their ex like this.
Mr. Depp, I'd like to now turn to your relationship with Miss Heard. Can you please tell the jury how you met Miss Heard?
2000, in around 2008, Hunter Thompson and I were going through some of his manuscripts of his books.
So Johnny's spending about like 3 to 4 minutes talking about Hunter instead in like the Rum Diary because he does not want to talk about Amber.
And it was really sweet. He got down on one knee and he promised me that every day when I woke up, that I would wake up and he would make me smile.
Bruce had asked me, he said he had been auditioning this one particular actress named Amber Heard. He wasn't sure about her capabilities as an actress with regard to the film.
Looked into his eyes and I saw my future, hope, like blind hope. I was so in love. It was one of the most, I can't describe that kind of joy, I thought, if we were married, then this is real. This is real. This isn't a thing of...
I thought, yeah, she could definitely kill me. And she was sweet as pie, pleasant, again, intelligent, literate, very good taste.
This isn't chaotic, and this will change. I had so much hope in that moment. And I just said to him over and over again, are you serious? Are you real? Are you serious?
So there's a lot of emotions coming out of Amber, but it just, do you guys buy it? It doesn't seem genuine at all. It goes from like, talking about him about to cry, and then like right when she's about to cry, she like stops, and then she gets really happy, and then like it just goes up and down, and I don't know, it just seems like she's just putting on a show. And then for Johnny, well, Johnny doesn't want to talk about her. Next, he talks about tips that he gave her in order for her to prove her acting.
I made suggestions such as, and which I ended up making to Ms. Heard. I made suggestions of films that might give her some insight into what we were looking for in terms of the film.
And he said over and over again, be my woman forever. I want you to be my wife, my wife, my wife.
What did you like about Miss Heard when you first started your romantic relationship?
She seemed to be the she seemed to be the perfect she was wonderful, and then things just started to change, or things started to reveal themselves. That's, I think, is a better way to put it.
Okay, so again, he compliments her, but he's pulled back by the bad memories, and he starts going to the bad memories about her again. That, to me, seems like a really genuine response to when someone's talking about their ex.
And I kind of felt, I walked around for a few days like I had butterflies under my skin. And asked me permission for your hand in marriage. And I felt like the luckiest woman in the world.
Oh my gosh, start crying. Now, I wonder if this part pissed her off, because the only time he actually does start smiling is when he talks about her parents, her sister, but not about her.
When did you first meet Miss Heard's parents?
Paige, she was an angel. She was an angel. I loved her very much. I loved her instantly. And we had a very good relationship. Her father, rascally, like a rascal, you know. Great. I mean, fantastic. She was, I called her sis.
So while you were filming London Fields and Johnny had gone back to L.A., what, if any, issues did you have with him on...
I don't know what she's crying about. It's not like they're together right now. It's not like they're on good terms. I find it really weird that she's crying when she's talking about the proposal, and it seems like she still has really good memories of it, and it's like breaking her heart, and like, I don't know, dude. That's just like, it's just weird to me. I'm sorry. It's just weird.
Fraternizing with the cast. I'm going to ask, Michelle, can you pull up Defendant's Exhibit 188, please?
Your Honor, I'm going to object on hearsay.
Your Honor, I'm going to, let's pull up 188A. I've redacted everything but what Mr. Depp says.
All right, let me
on
just take a look
188A.
at 188A.
And submission against